What were the most important medication safety issues reported to ISMP last year?
Well, we do consider all of them important, really, even not errors, but near misses and hazardous conditions, because they could become medication errors in some circumstances. So we treat them all pretty much the same, but some we have to do more work on. Some that stand out, in the very beginning of the year, we had a real tragedy occurring with demonstration products, believe it or not. These were products that were meant to be used by nurses in education, and unfortunately they were actually administered to patients. And we've had that happen from time to time, but in January we learned that some of the what looked to be 0.9% sodium chloride in IV bags was actually a demonstration product, and it was never sterilized. And unfortunately there were at least 40 patients that we know of that got that given, and 26 of them were hospitalized, and I think it was 2 of them actually died. So it was a real tragedy, and we had actually been talking about this problem before. We've had incidents with epinephrine injection demonstration pens that look like the real thing, and we had that used on patients, believe it or not. We've had other forms of epinephrine that were actually used during a code, and obviously we're unsuccessful because it's nothing but water inside. So it's something that pharmacists need to be paying attention to in all fields, long-term care, hospitals, no matter what. And you may need to be on top of this. Make sure you're interacting with the education nurses. These products should never be anywhere near a patient care area. And since this happened, the FDA and CDC have spoken with the company, and this wall cure company with the saline, and major changes are being made. Incidentally, it's interesting to note that the whole thing started with a drug shortage. Sodium chloride injection has been in short supply in hospitals around the country. That's a whole other problem that we were dealing with for the last few years, actually, drug shortages. And with the sodium chloride injection, nobody could get it. And what they were doing was going onto the wholesaler list, and there was a product called Practa IV, 0.9% sodium chloride injection, which was the demo product. But people that weren't familiar with it, for example, nurses in urgent care centers, outside of hospitals, et cetera, that do the ordering, actually ordered it in and didn't realize that it was a demo product. It was labeled so much like the real product. So that's what happened.